pushing out with upper body, and on the front ball of the foot, of the right foot. And just watch and do as I do, if you can. You're pretending like you're pushing an object. Okay. But leave that foot planted on the ball and use it to slide the other foot back and giving it the pushing effect. You see how I'm moving my left shoulder back, your right. Okay. Then we go into a shuffle. Pushing or using, excuse me, using the one arm. Doing some electro. Okay, this is just kind of, you know, a little bit of fundamentals here. Maybe it's advanced or maybe it's easy for you. But see if you can memorize this stuff and, you know, follow along. Using the hips now, looks like. Let's see. Pulling. Basically just doing the same thing, but opposite. Pulling forward and sliding the foot forward into kind of like a moonwalk. Front one, that was a back moonwalk, but before I was doing the front moonwalk right here. Basically, you're pulling and sliding that foot forward. Grabbing and pulling. Pushing. Pushing, alternating. Double. Double again. Triple. And so on. Okay, I'm just showing you again here. Pretend like it's nothing, right? And then push, get more intense with it. Pull yourself back. Pretend like there's an invisible rope. You're pretending like there's a wall or something in front of you. Push it back. Okay. Going into another shuffle here. Okay, that was a cool little pause moment. Turn and then I pushed. Spin. Okay, that was a cool move. It was like a step over, slide out, and the body was like kind of extended. So you step over with the right foot over the left. And you're sliding out and pushing to the left, which is your right. Boom. Stepping over. Arms out wide to give it that cool and full effect. Try and keep them up and straight. I had it right the very first time. There you go. Like that. I think I turned here for you, so you can see it from a different angle. Okay. So it's kind of like you're rolling the arms and the hands. I show it like this. Okay. Here I'm breaking it down. So basically you're stepping over and you're kind of pivoting. You are pivoting with the front right foot if you're going left. Okay. The same thing applies when you push back. But we're pushing to the side now. Now we're going to my left, as you can see. And pulling, pushing, pulling. Now see I'm making a little jive of it, a little groove. So I just kind of felt it, you know. And sometimes you just get distracted and want to move to the music. So, but this is why we're doing this, because it allows you to tap in to different grooves and makes it so you can like spider web these movements into different moves and other combos, etc. So here, watch what I'm doing with the arm and the head. So you're just going up and stop, but you want to make a little whip, kind of like the whoa, as you see. Boom. This makes you very like precise, and you're able to kind of once you get used to this, you kind of like you're able to like do dime stops. Basically, that's something I learned in things like popping and waving. Okay, now it looks like okay, we're still going over that pivot, it looks like. So you're planting that foot over. You're planting that foot over. You're going to use the pressure of the ball on the ball of the foot to slide you out and over to your left. But this one takes a while. It's pretty advanced, honestly, because your hips aren't really used to doing that. Also, if you have a nice dance floor, or you can do this in socks, it'll definitely help. So try and do that. Just practice pushing and sliding yourself. Use your arms because it really does help. And it helps to imagine if you are pulling or pushing something. Okay. So you're basically putting that foot right in front, not too much, not too short or low, because otherwise while you're sliding over, the other foot is going to hit that foot in the back of the heel. That foot also comes out on the heel, the left foot. If you're going to the left, the foot is closest to the left, which is your right now from watching this video. You're going to go out on the heel. Now I'm switching sides. Okay, we're using this arm on the other side here, as you can see. I know this might seem boring or dull, but trust me, if you practice this stuff, it'll become natural, and once you get it down, you start to develop this kind of same style and movement that I'm doing. And it just makes you look like a more like precise, very like neat and clean dancer. When you have your angles figured out, you have your dime stops, your pauses, everything looking clean. So here I'm going back into a shuffle and on the beat. Okay, so a little demo there. Alright guys, gonna be narrating this demo, dancing to this song to kind of just illustrate what I'm doing a little bit. Alright, we're getting ready for the build-up, moving our body, ready, here we go. not just standing there, right? You want to get ready. Boom. Tapping my foot, moving the upper body, layering it with the hands crossing, or the arms, spinning, grabbing the hat again, doing a hat turn, going into like a slide over while that foot was up, spinning with the foot down on the front, rocking out here, hand on the head and on the hat, kind of like a wrap around the head, kind of a slow moment here, kind of like a pause, a little bit of a fake out with the elbow, back to rocking with the nice turn, the nice spin, back on beat. There's a nice little period at the end there. You always want to add a period. Put a period on your sentences, right? You gotta put a period on your dance as well. So don't forget that. Alright guys, back with the same song. Demo time again. Watch the feet, just watch everything. Observe and absorb. Moving the feet while pointing with the arms. Moving one arm. Kind of like I'm turning the wheel of a car. Right? See what I did there with the foot? I dragged it, and then I kicked it, according to what the music told me to do. See how I'm going along with the piano? Slow. Boom. Boom. Right? Boom. Boom. Okay. So this is how you want to be eventually. If you're a beginner or maybe you're working towards this, you need to learn how to read the song and the music, okay?